Hello, my friends. Welcome to Haein Yoga. This class is a part of 4-session series on yoga for everyday strength. It's an all-level Vinyasa Yoga sequence that will activate and tone all the major muscles of your body. This session will bring out your capacity to meet the day with confidence and resilience. Something I want to bring to your attention for this series is that the distinction between engagement and tension. You want to be engaged with your muscles to be able to move and to move safely, but not to a point that you start to become too rigid and blocking life energy moving within you. So, can we be both solid and fluid? Yes. Keep your body solid and let your breath flow of the energy and your attention be fluid. Let your inner feminine and masculine work together. So, here we go. Let's start in the front of the mat, standing. Feet hip wide distance. As you inhale, reach up with your arms. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, elongate your spine. And exhale, release. Inhale, bend your knees and come to chair position. One breath here. And exhale, come down all the way. Sitting down on your hips, coming into boat position. Next inhalation, extend your legs. Hold for one breath. And then coming back. Finding on your feet, standing up, back to chair position. We're going to repeat this few more times, moving between chair and the boat. Coming down all the way as you exhale. Finding boat pose, finding the balance. Extending your legs, one breath here, hold. And then squeezing in, finding your feet on the floor, close to your feet. In that way, it will be easier for you to stand up on your feet. Back to chair position. Let's do this one more time. One breath in chair position. And coming down. On your hips, finding boat. Extend your legs. One breath here. Bring back in, feet close to your hips. Stand up to chair position. And one last time, let's find our way back down on the floor. This time, stay in seated position. And from here, keep your feet in front of you where your knees are bent, but not right underneath your knees. Hands next to your hips. And from here, I'm going to ask you to lift up your hips and bringing your hips back. Pushing the feet away from you to lift up the hips. So it is important that you don't start with your feet too close, because then it's going to be very difficult to lift up. Feet away, knees a little bit bent as you press your feet against the floor as well as your hands. Straighten your knees and bring your hips back. Let's repeat this 2 more times. If you find it is difficult for you to lift up your hips, don't worry. Push with your hands, push with your hips. Try to lift up your hips and bring the hips away, whether your hips actually move or not, because we're using the same muscles. Okay. Feet, hands, push. Lift up the hips and push it away from you. I count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, bring the hips back next to your hands. We're going to do this one more time. Find your foundation. And here we go. Push and lift. Send the hips back. I count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the hips back in between your hands. Well done. And now from here, let's find our way back to, no, actually it would be the first time we would be in downward facing dog in this sequence. Come to downward facing dog. One deep breath here. And from here, we're going to move on to plank pose. And from plank pose, let's come down on your left elbow and then the right elbow, finding a forearm plank. And let's move between plank and forearm plank a few times, shifting the weight to one side and then the other, coming back on your hands. Back down on your forearm. Try to keep the rest of the body as steady, unified, and solid as you can. Next time when you come down to forearm plank, let's stay here. I'm going to count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now lift up your hips. Start to walk your feet forward. Keep your head in and go as much forward as you can without having your head touching the floor. Continuously lift up your hips and your tailbone. Lift up your heels. Press your elbows against the floor. And once you hit your limit, start to walk back to forearm plank. Lift up your head up, aligning with your spine. One more time, walk up to your dolphin. Try to keep your shoulders as open as you can. Press the elbows, lift up the tailbone, go as far forward as you can without having your head touching the floor. And then walking back to plank. Hold in plank. One last time, I count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down on your knees, placing your hand on the floor, coming into table pose. And now from here, lift up your knees off the floor. Keeping your knees off the floor. From here, lifting up your hips, coming into downward facing dog, keeping your knees bent, and go forward to table pose, but without having your knees touching the floor. And again, keeping your knees bent to lift up the hips, downward facing dog. And going forward to tabletop, knees a centimeter off the floor. One more time, going up. And coming down. One last time, coming up to downward facing dog. And let's stay here for one more breath. Walk your feet forward all the way to your hands. Feet hip wide distance on your fingertips. And exhale, release. One more time, inhale, elongate. And exhale, release. As you inhale, reach your arms up all the way to the sky. And exhale, release. Now from here, let's continue with a bit of balancing and working with our leg. Let's lift up the right foot. Yeah, let's lift up the right foot and hold that foot behind your hips. If you need the wall to balance some time, go close to the wall. In the end, I would like you to be on one foot as much as you can. And if you are in a condition where you could actually be on one foot longer with the support of a wall from time to time, great. Use as much support as you need. Now, If it's possible, hold that foot with both hands and bringing that heel as close as possible towards your hips while keeping your knees together. Pull the belly in gently, shoulders away from your ears. Keep your chest open. Try to cover your toes. That will stretch your ankles as well. And now keep moving on. Stay on your left foot. Release your left hand and let's bring that knee to the front. And hug in that knee close towards your hips while keeping your right hip away from your chest. Tuck the tailbone in gently. And now from here, hold with your right hand, your right knee. Let's open that leg to the side. You can counterbalance with your left arm. You can do this with knee straight as well if you want a little more challenge. Much more challenge actually, both in terms of balance and strength and flexibility. And coming back to the center, we're going to go to the other side. Change the hand with your left hand. Send that right knee to your left side as much as you can. Counterbalance with your right hand. Keep that knee up. And coming back to the center. Don't worry too much about how much twist you're getting. This already just being on one leg. This is pretty amazing balance exercise. Let's change the leg. Lift up your left leg and let's hold the foot behind you. Oh, it's nice to feel the thighs stretching after some of the asanas we did. And now let's send this leg to the front. Hold on to your knees, hug in. Widen your shoulders, widen your chest. Keep your gaze high and open. Hold the leg with your left hand open to your left side. Counterbalance with your right hand. And change across to the other side. Whoop. Coming back to the center and slowly release. Heels together, toes out. Left hand on your belly, right hand on your chest. 3 deep breaths here to finish with. Deep inhalation through your nose and long exhalation. Deep inhalation and exhale completely. One last time. Inhale. And long exhalation. Thank you everyone for joining me on this video. A question I would like to leave you for this series is where in your life you feel you need more solidity, such as structure, authority, clarity, and where in your life do you feel you need more fluidity, such as spontaneity, creativity, mystery, the unknown? Comment below. If you like this video, give a thumb up and subscribe to my channel for weekly yoga practice. I wish you a beautiful day and see you very soon. Keep shine on.